Hey YouTube, so just to give you a status report on this Jeep, I ordered the camshaft. I had said from Napa they were unable to get it. This was like 3 weeks ago now, and I ordered another one from Summit Racing, and apparently Summit Racing's camshaft is being made as we speak, so I probably won't get that for 2 weeks. Anyway, it's 2 days after Christmas, and I expected to get this thing together by then. The good news is that I was able to get the bearing and stuff out of the Jeep. I replaced all of them with brand new ones. You can see there how nice and shiny that is. And I'm waiting for the camshaft at the moment. Now, besides getting the cam bearings taken out, and I only saved them because on a Jeep there is different sizes, so like you can see 1 through 4 there's different size bearings that take different positions in the block. I just want to be able to measure them to make sure they were the right ones. So I also got the gasket kit, which is right here, and I also picked up a new oil pump. Okay, let me just get that out of the box. Excuse the camera. And what I want to do, there's one of two things. In order to make this thing siphon, because it has such a long siphon neck, you can either take the plate off and you can fill this with petroleum jelly. Now that's what Jeep recommends, and that'll help to make a vacuum and a suction in there that'll make it start pumping oil quicker. But you can also spin the shaft there on the oil pump to make it pump oil before you start the motor. So I was going to put the petroleum jelly in because I got some here somewhere, but I decided to, since I didn't have any parts and I had the time on my lathe, which I've covered up, I decided to make a tool that would be like the distributor shaft and would be able to turn the oil pump. So what we got here is, and I only had, the smallest aluminum I had was 2 inch, so I had solid 2 inch ground stock. I took that and I cut it down to the size that would fit. Let me get my vernier caliper out of here. I cut it down to a size that would fit inside the hole of the existing distributor. So you're looking at, what is that, 1.060. That's the hole size. And then this top part here is random. I have 1.375, and it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be big enough so that, you know, when you set this into place, it doesn't fall through, just like the part on the distributor shaft. So this represents this part of the distributor. Okay, so then after that I drilled a 3/8 inch hole into it, and I had some 3/8 inch round stock laying here. I'll show you what it originally looked like. It's this stuff. Actually, if you remember from my other videos, I don't know if you watch them or not, but this round stock came from the tram gauge that I made to be able to get the body to rack the frame when I put it together. Okay, so this part here is what you push down into where the distributor was, and then this is the actual tool. So I turned this down to 3/8 inch. Actually, this whole 1/2 inch, I should say 1/2 inch. I turned this down to 3/8 inch so that my drill could get on it. I left the shoulder from the 1/2 inch on there so it had a place to rest on here, and then I turned the rest of the shaft down for this size, and also I milled out that shape there just like the shape that's on the distributor so that it would fit the oil pump. So the way this thing is made, and you can see it here if I hold it next to that, it's made to fit in the distributor hole of this 258 6-cylinder, that's cubic inch motor, and I'll be able to put a drill on here and prime the oil into the engine after I get everything back together, so that I have oil throughout everything and that it's not giving me heartburn when I start it. because I don't want to have any problems with this camshaft. I also, just to show you guys a couple little things here, I had picked up some stuff here, dry graphite film lubricant. What I'm going to do is, when I get the new cam and I wipe it down, I'm going to spray this dry graphite over it, over the entire cam, and then I'm going to use, I think the cam might come with assembly lube. If it doesn't, I've got this stuff, which is ultra slick. I actually like this stuff. I think this works pretty good, and I'll use that to you know, coat the camshaft, and then after I put this on, I'll use the ultra slick, and then I'll slide that camshaft back into here. So I'm pretty confident these bearings came out nicely. I know that right here's the hole that I'll be able to put that tool into, and it bypasses the distributor gear on the camshaft. It bypasses that so that I can get the oil pump to run. And then that's after the motor's together now. I got to put it all back together, and then I'll run that to be able to make sure there's oil through everything. And also, the camshaft that I bought is called a comp cam. Now you hear all kinds of good stuff about them, and you hear some bad stuff about them. You never know who to believe on the internet. But the point here with the camshaft is, when you first put it in, there should be no sticking or anything. So that's the journal. But before I put the cam in, when I finally get it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to blueprint it before I put it in to make sure that it's exactly what it's supposed to be. And I didn't buy any high performance cam. It's from Summit Racing. It's just a street cam, regular cam that'll fit in there just to run the original stock motor. That's all it is. So anyway, I thought you'd like to see how I made that tool in case anybody else would want to make one. They're not that difficult, and you're only going to use it. This will probably be the only Jeep motor I ever do. But the point is that at least I have something to get oil into the whole engine. Alright guys, so have a good one. I hope you had a good Christmas. Our Christmas here was good. It was the weather was pretty good, although things are a little icy, but today it's 40 degrees in Pennsylvania, at least where I am. So some ice out there, but it's pretty much going away. Alright guys, have a good one. Bye.